Okay, thank you everybody, and welcome to our new adequate training facilities. As you can see, the pitch is fine. The building behind me holds a gym, which is it's an okay gym, and even the retaining wall. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly adequate. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 10, Episode 1 here at H&W Welders on The Impossible Dream. And today we get our European campaign underway against Pafos, I'm sure I pronounced that correctly, of Cyprus. If the second leg is not going to be close, we'll also get the league season underway against Ballina Milan. If it is close, we'll play the second leg of the tie. So we'll just sort of see what happens in this first leg. Now the big news since last episode is, an upgrade to the training facilities. You can see they're adequate. Nothing special, just adequate. The youth facilities will be they're in the process of being upgraded. That'll happen in the next month or so. So I imagine they'll go to adequate as well. Junior coaching is excellent, which is fantastic. Youth recruitment is adequate. We're a very adequate club. So again, hopefully we'll be able to continue to get everything here moving on up. And maybe even get a new stadium sometime soon. Now, if we have a quick look at general, just for our own amusement, Kagbo is now a club legend, so if we were to get a new stadium, the Hamzat Kagbo Arena would probably be its name. I am an icon, which is nice. Favourite personnel, Mulligan, who of course a goalkeeper we had for a few seasons. He is currently at Queen's University. And Trilucas, unfortunately, has retired. Never really did anything after us, so that's a shame. I'm surprised, actually. He was quite a good goal scorer. I thought he would have gone to the lower leagues in England and done quite well, but obviously not. So that is that. Now, there's nothing to catch you up on since the end of last episode, of course, the transfer special. So let's just get the show on the road here and have a look at what we're doing in this first game of this new season. So we are, of course, playing Pafos. Now, we really don't know what to expect, but apparently it's a 4-2-3-1. And this is the first team that we're sending out. So it's Jidda in goal. Let's have a quick look at all the players so we can... Oh, we saw them last episode. We'll have a quick look anyway. Jidda in goal. McCulloch at left back. I know there were some of you in the comments that were suggesting maybe we could look to upgrade there. I don't disagree with that. He's maybe a backup level at this point. Simpson, the two loanees, of course, Simpson and Gribben will be the two centre-backs for this episode, for this game, I should say. Pearson will play at right back. Now, that is because we have an injury crisis at right back. The guy we bought in, Roy Hill even is injured, and as is Hull, who isn't registered in the squad in any case, but he is, of course, coming back from a damaged spine, and although it says he's on the way back, he's still up to 3 months away. McGreevy is going to be the box-to-box midfielder in this one. He's a very good player for us. Gornay, or Gorn, as it was pointed out, it probably is more likely. They're going to go in midfield for us. Again, Napoleon injured, not going to play this one. Might be back for the second leg, though. Let's just go back up here so we can see this. Rory King will be the inverted winger on the right. Armstrong, rejected Lan twice. He will be the number 10. It will be Fisher. We're determined to turn him into a left winger for us. He will play out there. And McDade gets the nod up front. If we look at the bench, we've got a sort of a backup keeper in Connolly. Coyle is the backup centre-back. We've got Omar Robin to cover left back for us. Don't ask about right back. Al Min is going to be on the bench as a midfield cover. Chambers is another man who can cover midfield for us. It's going to be Fitzpatrick on the bench. And also Davidson, one of the very good young players we have at the club, who is Northern Irish. So that's the team. Let's see if we can go out there and win. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there, I'm sure. I mean, very, very recognisable names 10 years in Cypriot League, aren't there? Anyway, what do we want to say to this? We're the favourites. Let's just say go out there, relax. There's no pressure on this one, boys. It's just European and our financial future on the line, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And here we go, at home, of course, for the first leg. Ideally, we just want to try and avoid away goals as much as possible. We've got a kickoff highlight. Are we going to go with Gorn, or are we going to say Gornay? The A on the end is what is putting me off there. Rory King, I tell you what, 11 seconds in, and that is how you start a season off. What a goal from Rory King. And, well, it may not end up being goal of the season, but I tell you what, it is certainly a contender 10 seconds in. Which reminds me, we need to see who won goal of the season last year, don't we? I'll try and remember to check at half-time and let you know after the break. I will 100% forget to do that, but the intention is there, so it's the thought that counts. All right, we're in the 4th minute now. We've got another highlight. If we were to get a second goal, you'd start to worry a little bit that this is not going to be a competitive tie. Fisher! I tell you what, he wanted to get goal of the season. It's only the first game, guys. There's plenty of time to get your nominations in. They're playing with wingbacks, I've just noticed, which means my marking is going to be off. King crosses it in. It's a good header, and it's Aaron McDade with the first of the season. We're 6 minutes in, and I suspect the second game of this episode will be us getting the Premiership season underway. Let's give him some praise. Pearson, of course, making his debut today. King already with a goal. Now he's got an assist. McDade plants the header. And that is just a wonderful thing to watch, isn't it? It wasn't offside, so we don't have to worry. I'd change the marking assignments for that, but it'll keep it interesting, won't it? We'll have players in interesting positions if we don't. We'll just keep giving them some praise and see how we go here. We might look to give Chambers a debut. Maybe I should be a little bit careful. It is only 2-0. Overconfidence can be a killer, can't it? Here we go with McGreevy. Fisher is with him. He finds him. Can Fisher on his left foot find a goal? It might be a first goal for the... Oh, he's hit the post. He did so well until the end, didn't he? We might look to give some debuts out. Almin and Chambers will both be looking to make a debut, so we might look to do that in the second half. As I say, it is only 2-0, so I've got to be a little bit careful here, but the early signs here are that this is not going to be a problem for us. Pearson with a throw for King. Back to Pearson. McGreevy for King. Can King get a second? Hit the outside of the post. Well, that is a bit of a miss, isn't it, really? 16 shots we've had in this first half. It is only 2-0. I don't know if we can demand a little bit more coming into half-time here. A third goal, and you'd say it does just about kill off the game, if not the tie. We've played really, really well there. But at 2-0, it is still in the balance somewhat, isn't it? Don't clock off here. Jitter, you're complacent, so we're not happy with you. That'll motivate him. Gorn is demotivated. He's playing quite well, so let's get him on side. And everybody else is just doing fine, aren't they? So we'll do that. I'll make these tactical tweaks, and then we'll come back for the second half. All right, and here we go, an early highlight in the second half as well. Now, the goal of the season, I did remember, for last season, it was a dead heat so far between Fitzpatrick's goal against Rabbit Nicky and Lyons' strike against, who was that against? McDade is through the middle here. It's a good block and a decent save from the keeper there as well. Lyons' strike against, was it Rijeka, I think. So those two are currently a dead heat at the top of that poll. King goes and retrieves Gorn to Armstrong, who's been very quiet so far, hasn't he? What's he got for us here? It's blocked away. Pearson lobs it in. It's headed away again. And Gorn will get... Gorn or Gorne? I can kind of see both sides of how that would be pronounced. As I said before, it's the E at the end that's confusing me. All right, we'll give them some more praise. We'll give this a little bit of time, and then we'll get those two debutantes on. And that'll be a good opportunity for them, as I say, to start and get themselves settled in. Ball wide there for McCulley. Can he get a cross in? It's a decent one. McDade is there. McDade is, well, he's the new Cargo, isn't he? He's really a good header of the ball, as we've seen multiple times. He's more than capable of playing as a target man, though I am wondering, as part of sort of the evolution of the team, are we beginning to get beyond a target man? Would we be better off starting to look at playing at sort of an advanced forward and, well, we're just playing one striker up top now, but in a two, would we be better off with sort of a deep-lying striker or a poacher even, something along those lines? But if we look at it's going to disappear on me. We'll have a look at McDade. He's got really good jumping reach, good heading ability. He's a good all-round striker. The only thing actually that's going to stop him from being a complete forward is he just doesn't have sort of the passing and the vision and that sort of side of his game. But in terms of just someone in front of goal to put chances away, he's arguably sort of championship level in England, I would say. But yeah, we're very, very lucky to have him. And hopefully we'll continue to have him for a long time. Jitter makes the save there. And this is becoming a bit of a long old highlight, isn't it? At the end of this highlight, assuming that they don't score, we might look to make a couple of changes. Here we go, King getting forward. McDade is in there. Look at all the Pafos shirts. McGreevy to Armstrong. Armstrong McGreevy unleashes, but it goes high and wide. And all right, let's have a quick look here at McDade. You can see there, good finisher, decent header, good off the ball movement. It's passing and vision and teamwork, sort of that side of his game to bring other players in is what will stop him being a sort of very elite striker. But otherwise, certainly at this level anyway, he's very, very decent. All right, so El Min can come on for Gournay, Chambers for McGreevy, and we'll keep a sub up our sleeve just in case, we get an injury or something and we do need to make a change, but we'll do that for now. It's good to see the subs come on and they're looking instantly complacent. It's not really what we wanted from them, is it? Let's give the team some praise and see if that gets everybody back on side. And, as long as we don't concede an away goal, we are going to be fine in the second leg. Certainly on the evidence of this, you would back us to score at least one at their place. And they haven't really threatened yet. Armstrong with a nice little shimmy, and Armstrong gets his first goal of the season. And it's 4-0, and that, I'm going to say, is officially that. We'll show the start of the league season for the second game this episode. And why are we freezing when every time Pearson has the ball? I had that little mini heart attack that you get when you think, it's a good little shimmy, wasn't it, from Armstrong to get away from his defender. Yeah, I have this terrible feeling that the game's about to crash when it does that. But anyway, we've got away with it again, and that is fine. 30 shots on goal. If anything, you'd argue that we've not been quite prolific enough in front of goal, but it's our first game of the season. We can work on that in training, and that is a very, very comfortable European performance from us. A wonderful performance. A couple of debuts out of the way in midfield. Pearson as well at right back. And, don't get complacent, I think we've got to say, don't we? So there we go, a dominant win for H&W Welders. It's a debut there. We can see Gournay made his debut as well. So 4 debutants, a wonderful strike, and 2 assists for King. That's how you start a season off, isn't it? And we've got the Wales boss is looking at, who was he looking at? Kyle Fisher. And we've had our junior coaching budget increased to exceptional. So that is as good as it gets now. And youth recruitment as well, from adequate to average. So that is good, I suppose. So guys, wait right there. We'll be back for the start of the Premiership season. Ballina Millard is who we're up against, and we'll catch up on the second leg of this competition as well. And I would suspect, given the transfer window's open, there'll probably be a transfer or two to have a look at as well. Okay, welcome back. Now, a little bit of news, and that is that King's goal against when that first leg was a club record for the quickest in club history. So broke Cargbo's record against Ballina Millard. So well done to him. And there is a lot to catch you up on in terms of signings as well. Now, most of these, if not all of them, are loan signings. So Anton Innes, a 19-year-old, is going to be who's coming on loan as a goalkeeper from Crystal Palace. Well, he's a goalkeeper. He's come in on loan. So we're paying him $1,400 a week. Quick look at him. He will predominantly be back up to Jeddah, though he's maybe good enough to challenge him, but he's here as backup. So that is the first of the signings. Next is 18-year-old centre-back David Corker. He has joined us from Rochdale. You can see only a C+ rated by the fans, but only £625 a week. And left-footed as well. I think he's a very, very useful centre-back. He's just well-rounded. The technical attributes could maybe be a little bit better, but again, at £600 a week, we're not going to get too much better than that. So I'm quite happy to get him in. Not a signing, but McGreevy has signed a new deal, £850 a week as an important player, £10 million release fee. So hopefully that'll see off any interest in him for the foreseeable future. And if there is interest, we get the 10 million. But then if we go back to the signings, we can see that we have Ray Mason coming in on loan from Hamilton, a Scottish winger. We're paying him £1,000 a month as a fee, and then $1,100 a week as a wage. Quick look at him. He is in as a winger. Now, he's not necessarily the greatest winger, but he's pacey. Dribbling and crossing is okay. We needed some cover on that right wing, and we urgently need it, and I'll show you why in just a second. But yeah, that is a new right winger, Ray Mason. And the final signing is Aaron Parton in on loan from Shrewsbury, £425 a week. That is the reason why I got him in, because he's basically free, isn't he? In as a squad player. Let's have a quick look at him. Now, I got him in as cover at left back, which he can play. You might need to actually go and click on him so we can see here. He is a fullback. He can play fullback. He can play wingback. So that's why we've got him in. Physically, he's quite good. Not the best crosser of the ball, but in terms of a sort of a defensive, solid fullback, if that's what we need, and sometimes I think we do against Linfield and Larne particularly, he will be that man for us to come in and do that job. Now, before we get to the game against Ballina Malad to get the season underway, the league season, we do need to check in on the second leg against Pafos, so let's go and do that now. We fell behind early, but we're quickly level on the night through Davidson. Omar Robin picked out Rory King at the back post to put us in front. And Chambers played in Fitzpatrick for our third before half-time. Pafos got a second just after the break. But Fitzpatrick's free kick beat everyone to restore our advantage, before a long-range effort from Simpson completed the scoring. So there we go. In the end, it was comfortable. Slightly nervous when they went in front, but it was fine. You can see from the names, it was very much second string. So just giving guys some match fitness. And we played well. Davidson with a nice free kick. Fitzpatrick there. You can see King started, but the reason we're desperate for right backs now is because he did pick up an injury, and not a great one. Sprained knee ligament, 6 weeks, a month to 6 weeks. So that's obviously not ideal, and that is why we were desperate to get anybody in that had the ability to play on the right. So that has happened. Now we have got our draw for the next round as well. So there's sort of confirmation of the Roy King injury. But we've got Zelina of Slovakia, I think, or are they Slovenia? One of those two anyway. That's who we play next. Quick look at the overall draw there. And you can see who everybody's got. Now, other Northern Irish sides, you can see Glentoran has got Red Star. That's tough. Larne has got Aris of Greece. You'd say that's tough. But the promising thing, we're in the third round and everybody's still there. You can see here, Larne went through very comfortably 8-0 in aggregate against Riga of Latvia. And Glentoran went through 7-0 in aggregate against the Montenegrin side. So very, very nicely done by the Northern Irish side. That is all good for the coefficients. And if you're wondering about Linfield, up here in the old Champions League, they had a very, very tough draw. They went out to Besiktas, and that's very tough, isn't it? First qualifying round, effectively, as well. So that puts them down in the Europa League, obviously. And they have a tie against HJK of Finland. You would hope, anyway, that they'd be able to win that and progress through to the next round of the Europa League. So that's how we're all doing as a league. Now we need to go to the league and get this season underway. Let's have a quick look at the pre-season preview here. There's no games played as of yet. We are, would you believe, favourites for the league, which puts a little bit of pressure on us, you've got to say. The dream team, there's finally some welders there, a few of them, in Simpson, Pearson, Armstrong, McGreevy, and McDade. And yeah, I did not expect us to be favourites for the league, but Armstrong and Fisher are our two key players. If we go down and have a look all the way down here, and we'll see who else. Connor Hunter. He left. He got released by Larne. He's gone off, as you can see there, to Coleraine. I did think about getting him back, but we've moved past him now. He's not really good enough for us anymore. Anybody else there, if we go down, that we recognise that's a key player in the league? It doesn't look like it. Glenn Murray, who, of course, we released last year. We're going to play him today, it looks like. It'll be interesting to see how his career gets on, because he was certainly very highly rated when we signed him, but he never really did kick on. But we can see Ballina Malad, 700 to 1. We are favourites for the league. Let's see if we can get off to a winning start here. And, well, we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. It seems to be the formation everybody is playing. And this is the team that we're sending out. There will be a few debutants. It'll be Jidda in goal. McCulloch, Corker will come in with Gribben and Pearson as the back four. Napoleon's back fit. He partners McGreevy in midfield. Mason comes down the right wing for us. We need him to have a good start. Armstrong and Fisher with McDade up top. We do have this is the Saturday. We don't play, obviously, in Europe till the next Thursday. So this will hopefully be the European team, more or less, as well. So let's just hope we get off to a good start here. All right, so we can see the team sheet. Do we have Glenn Murray's on the bench? And I don't recognise too many others there. I'll be honest, I hadn't checked the season preview. I did not know we were going to be favourites for this. I'm not really sure why it's not Linfield or Larne. I didn't see too many of their players leaving. But I mean, we have got, a number of good players. What we need to do between now and the end of the transfer window, obviously, is keep hold of them. And if we are to lose someone like Armstrong, we don't need them going to Linfield or Larne. If they're going to leave the country. Go play in England. But yeah, hopefully we'll live up to that favourites tag and maybe, be in the Champions League this time next year. McGreevy, there's a good ball for McDade, and there's a start to the league season. A third goal already for Aaron McDade. McGreevy with a wonderful ball through, and 6 minutes in, it's 1-0, and that is very, very promising indeed. Nice little bit of build-up play. Fisher in his new role there on the left-hand side. McGreevy with a wonderful ball into the pass of McDade, and McDade, he's just becoming a bit of a machine in front of goal, isn't he? And it doesn't matter how close it was to offside because it wasn't given. Some defending to do here, perhaps. Ball forward. We should win that. We do. Napoleon can't quite get onto it, though. Armstrong. It's ricocheted away. Mason picks it up. Back to Pearson. Forward again to Mason. Now, we know he's quick. It's the first real look at him in a Welders shirt. There for McGreevy. Back to Mason. Napoleon's in space. He finds him. Napoleon. What's he got? There for McCullough. Back to Napoleon. Out for Fisher. Armstrong. Back to Fisher. To Napoleon. McGreevy. There's a good ball for McCullough getting forward. Can he pull the ball back? McDade's lurking edge of the area for McGreevy. And McGreevy just wide. But some nice football being played there by us. Wonderful stuff. Everybody's looking calm. Let's see if we can give them a little bit more praise here. I don't need to be anxious, boys. One thing that will be interesting to see if we are favourites for the league is how the players respond to that. Yeah, but we'll kind of deal with that as the season develops. Hopefully... I thought Corker was going to put that in his own net there, but he's cleared it away. Linfield's taken the lead. Gareth Wilson. It would be nice to beat Linfield, wouldn't it? Just to stick it up Wilson and those guys that have left this Seth Keach. It's... Oh, Corker! Well, that's not how you endear yourself to the fans. What has happened there? That's why I yelled focus at you. What has he done, Corker? I mean, I know he's only 18, but come on. You've got to be... Alright, come on, boys. We've looked really good up until that moment. Let's just get back on it and go and put ourselves back in front. Here we go with Corker coming forward. McGreevy. Back to Gribben. I did want to give Corker a debut in this one. Obviously, I'm regretting that now. We could have had Fred Simpson playing back there. Corker. Jesus Christ, I thought he was going to put it past his own goalkeeper there. Settle down, mate. Settle down. Ball forward. Does he find Fisher? No. We're playing a bit of territory there. Here we go with Armstrong. There's a good pass. You know it's a good pass because it's from... Oh, it's gone down. A silly tackle. McDade goes down. McDade will pick himself up and take the penalty. And can he restore our lead before half-time here? Aaron McDade. I'm going to say we're not handling the pressure very well here. Pearson. Forward to Mason. I think, was it last season we had a disappointing start to the league campaign as well, wasn't it? We drew 0-0 with Crusaders opening day. And I think we missed a penalty in that one as well. Adam Armstrong. Can't find the back of the net there. Can we give it just maybe a no pressure? Just relax, boys. Calm down. Everything is fine. We've given them a goal. We've had one little mistake. All right, let's pump our fists. Say we have faith in everybody. And, well, the one thing we do have is options on the bench. If it's not going well, we have the ability to change things. We've been by far the better team here, though. We just, I do think, need to relax, put a chance away, and then that'll be that. Here we go with McDade. Can he make up for the penalty miss? Oh, he's hit the post. And it's going to be these sorts of drop points in the end that cost us, isn't it? if we aren't to win the league, and last year we weren't, we weren't a mile away from a lot of the season, but it was draws in games like this is what cost us. Napoleon's there, picks up a loose ball. McDade turns, shoots. McDade finds the back, and that's a good finish on the turn. And hopefully now, that will be enough for us. If we defend properly, it should be fine from here. Napoleon, ball into McDade on the turn. Good first touch, wasn't it? It's a really good goal from McDade. Really good. And we've got some defending to do here. Fisher picks that up, gets it forward. Nicely done from McGreevy. McGreevy should be back defending, actually. I'll need to check that. He is quite good in the air. Mason's forward. Can he get a debut goal? Mason sticks it away, and that should now be that. 3-1. 2 quick-fire goals. Mason with one on debut. And, well, let's not get carried away. It is only the first game of the season, but we do look, Corker aside, trying to head away, we do look quite good. Really, really good goal, that one. And one thing we could have here potentially, if Fisher continues to look okay as a left winger, of course we're retraining him in that position, Mason going down the right, we could have 2 very quick wingers that we could look to get forward. And then the likes of McDade, Diora, Cargbo, that we know are strong in the air, they could have a field day this season. And then, of course, we've got Davidson, who's more of a poacher type as well. Here we go with Armstrong getting forward into space. McDade's doing his best to get forward to meet him on a hat-trick, of course. Armstrong, ball in. Fisher's there. Fisher gets a 4, his first of the season. And, well, it's after some nervous moments. We've finally woken up here, haven't we? That will be that. 4-1. Armstrong did really, really well. Got the cross in. I thought McDade might get there, but he left it for Fisher, and Fisher made no mistake. Now, I wonder, with Europe in mind, if we do just start to make a couple of changes here. So let's get Napoleon, who's coming back from injury. Let's take him off for McQuaid. Let's take McGreevy off for Almin. I'm wondering, actually, if we probably want to protect Armstrong, who we know can be a little bit tired at times, can't he? So we'll do that. Actually, I'll have to go in here, edit, because we'll need to switch those 2 around, and then we'll switch those 2 around. And then we'll leave it at that. We'll keep a sub up our sleeve for now. But that'll be Napoleon and Armstrong raring to go. The other thing we could look to do is we do have the new left back on the bench. I wonder if we get a debut out of the way for him. Was that Almin? I tell you what, the new guys are not covering themselves in glory here. I don't know if we can blame Corker for that. I think it was Almin that had the pass, and it wasn't really giving him much chance, was it? McQuaid at the back post does just enough to put the attacker off. And we've got another attacking chance here. McCulloch, cross in, beats everybody. Pearson will retrieve it. And what can he do? Cross in, back at the area there. Almin, oh, I tell you what, Stephen Almin. What a strike that is. A first goal for the club. And it's a memorable one at that. We will bring on that new left back just to stiffen things up there for us. Not the best ball from Pearson, but Al Almin helped it on and then got it back and absolutely smashed it. And it's 5-1 on the opening day of the season. Can we go flag to flag here, lead the league the entire way through? There's certainly some promising signs. I wonder if we've been helped a little bit by the fact that a lot of the team, well, for a start, Armstrong and Davidson are happy, which can only help. Oh, Fisher makes it 6. It's an absolute demonstration event at this point. But I do wonder, we've signed a few players, but most of the starting 11, or the first choice 11, is the same as last year. So I do wonder a little bit if that's going to help us get off to a quick start this year, when we had the likes of McGreevy, Fisher, Davidson, Armstrong. A lot of those guys were new to the club last year, so there would have been a settling in period. But I wonder if we're going to now be able to get off to a really quick start, and maybe that will be the difference. We're just about into stoppage time. It would be annoying to concede a second, especially because you do wonder if goal difference... we saw how close it was to making a difference last year in the battle for second. you do wonder if it could be important again this coming season. So we want to keep the goal difference as high as possible. Conceding a goal may mean nothing, but it might be all the difference come the end of the season as well. Could we dare dream of 7th heaven on opening day? Fisher with a nice header down there. Out there again to McDade, just slightly overhit. Mason was lurking in the middle as well, but with just on a minute to play, you suspect that might be it. Murray's come on, so he's, well, I'll no doubt be looking on with great jealousy that he wasn't quite able to develop how he would have liked. He could have been playing in this midfield today. Mason with a chance to cross. It's Fisher for a hat-trick. Good header, powerful header, but straight to the goalkeeper. And, well, when you're ready, Raf, I think this game's just about done. Corker, for the most part, I think has responded well, hasn't he, to that mistake that cost us the goal. And like I say, 18 on debut. It's not necessarily unexpected that he does that, but that's a really, really good, strong performance. Second half was superb, wasn't it? Remember at half-time when we were worried? What a performance. So there we go, top of the league. Linfield has won. Larne hasn't played as of yet. But McDade and Harlan and Wolf Welders go top. Mason scores on debut. Corker and Parton also making their debuts. This is the guy I really wanted back on loan, but they want him and they're playing him, so there's not much we can do about that. And Fisher, 2 goals, did really, really well. 2 headed goals, I think, as well, which is a nice little bonus for a winger, isn't it? If he can do that, he is good in the air. Look at that. He could be a very useful player, couldn't he? Anyway, I'm getting distracted here, guys. That will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new as well. And we'll be back. We'll come straight back. It'll be Zlina home and away in the third qualifying round. And let's hope the goals keep coming. And look at that. We've scored 15 goals already this season. Take care.